I'm waiting for a bunch of more packages to come. We don't have a place to live, and my business is here. This as a residential and a mailing address, and I can't have stuff shipped to UPS. So I'm going to go and, I can't have some of the UPS or FedEx shipped to there. There's that water. Oh my God. Squeaky. Shipped to the P.O. box. So I'm just like everything that I wanted is going to, I don't know. That stuff, I can feel that water. It is irritating me. So I need my keys, my wallet. Everything fit in this little purse, and I was like, wait, I didn't remember everything fitting in there. It's supposed to be water resistant, like Walmart. Oh shoot, this is what I don't like. You get out here, and it's not 5 a.m., and then there's actually multiple cars, not just one or two. Oh, traffic's coming, and I got heavy stuff in here. So we went and got groceries, $100. We got some supplements and stuff that were for sale, on sale, or clearance. I've been getting their soaps on clearance at Harris Teeter. I was thinking it was Fred Meyer that had the, the same car as us, that has the, what you call it, the scanners, but it's like, I think it's Walmart. Now I think about Walmart self-checkout has it. I don't know if Fred Meyer, they'll come over and they'll scan it for you. It's like, we were doing crazy at the self-checkout yesterday. We have not gone grocery shopping, so this is supposed to be a prepping video. We have not. Okay, I gotta make sure I have everything. All this stuff in here is not able to read. I don't want the screensaver on. Oh my gosh. So I don't know what you can see. I think it's just out the window. I haven't gone to the store very much. I wasn't going to the store before COVID. We didn't have any money. We had money, but we had to be very, very frugal. And then I feel like I'm forgetting something. I got my tea purse. I got my coat back there. I got my Mosh box, mostly just liquids in there, and ice cubes, ice packs. I got my belt on. I just need my keys and my ID and my salt. Really. I mean, COVID, we didn't go. We didn't have money first, and then we were going to the food pantry still, I think, and then I had bought like dates, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my own Lara bar, like roll, like granola bar, and we had nuts. I still have that, so I haven't even opened the dates or whatever it's called. Oh shoot, there's like bicycle riders. Oh, please tell me that car's turning. It's not turning. I gotta pass these people somehow. I was driving super slow, someone was riding a bike, and they fell over right in front of me. If I was going faster, either I'd hit them or they would have fallen into the truck. Because that's what I thought. You never know. Oh, a pedestrian, like when you're walking across the street and the car's coming pretty fast, you don't know if you're going to trip and fall. It's like you speed up. If you trip and fall and they're accelerating, there's not even physically, like through physics, not even enough time to do anything for them to stop. I got envious of these people at this house. So this is the house that was for sale. Oh yeah, it was. I got really envious of them. The farm is open right now, but I don't want to go. I guess I'll go on Tuesday and got some kale. We got too many cucumbers, too many tomatoes. I put the best, one of my favorite foods. We're talking about prepping. One of my favorite foods is dehydrated tomato, or partially dehydrated. It almost tastes a little bit like when you get pizza with tomato chunks on it. Like not just squares, but bigger chunk. Like, what is it? Like when you slice a lemon slice, it's like that kind of shape, that half moon shape. With seaweed, wet some nori. I do the raw nori. Wet the nori. Put it in a container. Put some olive oil, rags and stuff on there. And then you have this soggy mess that I tear them up into bits, at least into fours, and they'll fold in on each other and it'll be slimy. And you take that with the tomato. Oh, I almost forgot to turn because I've been going there. It's jury duty was over there. And you wrap it up like a pierogi, and you eat that. I don't know why that seaweed and tomato is so good. If you can allow yourself, I'm gonna allow myself to have to pull over and fix this water. Allow yourself to, I told myself if something's irritating me, just think happy thoughts, put out in the universe that your law of attraction, receiving financial wealth, sustainability, health, ability to help yourself, your partner, your children, your community, but not to be overwhelmed. And so anytime something's really irritating, alright, I'm wearing a really old tank top. Again, another thing, okay, so dehydrator. Well, I had to dehydrate a bunch of stuff and put it in moisture absorber or oxygen absorbers and store that. And I got some Mylar bags. I might have to do that right now. Well, there's too much traffic for me to try to cross this without a light. I'm gonna have to wait at the light, guys. Will I have a place to run this machine? I don't know. The light is still green and I'm about to miss it. Yeah, I missed it. I was trying to debate whether I wanted to go that way, but there's a ton of traffic, guys. I cannot emphasize. I'm trying to think if I want to put these glasses on. You know what? I'm thinking that I'm going to put these glasses on because it is too bright. Around my chest. Oh gosh, last week it was super hot. I put these other sunglasses on, and what was weird about that is that it made my face cooler. I was like, oh wow, never thought about it that way. These make my ears stick out though. I'm tired of that. I don't want to lose these earrings. I'm very fond of these tiny little opals. So let's go back to prepping. What kind of foods can keep? I have some sun-dried tomatoes from last year too that's already open. I was trying to make these little raw pizzas with cashew butter, cashew nut butter. I did like a new food order and I need to get that stuff. So I'm mail ordering a lot of stuff and I don't have my own entrance at this place. The landlord owns it. There's ever since day one, there's been packages coming here. This is gonna take a long time. I hope it doesn't though. I hope it. This is Route 50 and it's a busy road. They don't want to stop the traffic. My uncle said it used to have a stop. People going across the bridge would have to wait coming back this way. They'd shut down both lanes to only westward traffic, and it would be It's a 2-3 hour wait sometimes. I don't understand how you can you listen on the radio and pull over at a restaurant and park and let your dog and kids run, you know what I mean? Like, or you just sit in traffic and say, okay, they're gonna move the traffic in 2 hours. That's just crazy. They built another bridge. Okay, so the lights starting to change. So these people are gonna go first, and then when it turns to green, I gotta make sure that people going straight or left are not coming, because we don't get a green arrow on this side of the street, so it's hard to tell. You don't know what, like these people up here don't have their turn signal on, so it's hard to tell. I was doing that every morning. I could see traffic for like a mile at least. So back from yesterday's video, the full spectrum survival had a short video. Let's do. Well, I was in my work truck. It's simple: the food, the shelter, the water, and the defense. And then he added some health stuff on there. Because I made my own list and I kind of said health. Everyone's saying health, like preventative. I think he said this. This is all obvious, but it's just like a broken record. You want to get it through your mind. Preventative medicine for now. Like, I don't use like aspirin, Tylenol, but if somebody's gotten some issues now, and then some emergency medical stuff, and stuff that you can't get a hold of, antibiotics or even your own prescription stuff you cannot get a hold of. This thought, and I wanted to video now because I have had opposition with, I guess, people's, I mean, even myself. I could save my money, I could pay down my student loans, but I had this opposition in doing opposition in doing self-contained. So let's say I own a house, a small house, and I got an electric bill. Let's say I may or may not have a water bill, but I either have a water bill or I have a well that has a pump, electric pump, and then I have heating, cooling, however that is, whether it's, people still use oil to heat. Oil, gas, natural gas, electric, wood, powered. What other utilities? What other ones you gotta pay for? Internet, phone, etc. Any kind of service, and TV. So to be more self-contained. Okay, let's start with the TV. Me and my kids, when Obama was in office, took advantage of the 2 coupons that you could get the converter box. So we had a converter box upstairs, and we had to buy the antennas though, and a converter box downstairs. There's people that had newer TVs, which I didn't have they had I guess the converter, the digital converter was still in, or made, so it was part of the TV. So we had the tube TV, someone's in cathode, say cathode tube or whatever. So we didn't have to pay any cable. We had to pay, I had a landline and trucker on YouTube who said he looked like he had this house, so simple and clean. And he said, okay, I set up some solar, and he had a chair at a wall, and he had a lamp. And the lamp was the only thing that he had on his solar. So he said, well, if the lights go out or grid goes down. My thing is that the grid is really fragile. That's one of my personal top 10 reasons to fragile. Anyways, the top 5 probably. The grid is fragile. So this guy was like, I gotta start somewhere. Even if something happens, at least I can run this light and not be in the dark. And you have to think about being in the dark. Anytime after sunset, well, when the sun is darker and darker, what is it going to be when you're not able to see and you think, well, I'll just go to the bathroom, come back and sleep, or do this? Like, what if there's an emergency? What if you cut yourself and you want to see the first aid kit? You want, like, you know, you have to think, whoa, what if I get hungry? What if I want some tea? Oh, what about your medications? Can you see which is which? And like sometimes people have their partner or their family members medications in a similar spot. You need to read those labels so that you're not taking either yours or someone else's incorrect med, etc. Anything, even these little LED lights on our power strips and on the TV and all this stuff. Those help you see in the dark. Those help you see. I heard a noise. What is it? Oh, plastic bag fell down. Like you don't think that it's an animal in there because you saw it. You know, if you can't see it with those even kind of ambient light, those LED stuff is bright. The air filter, all that stuff. Some of that stuff we put tape over it. It's still bright. So let's move on. I wanted the solar panels in order to reduce or have a potential to reduce my bill. And not only that, to utilize the sun's power, harness that, and learn how to store that energy. And when I got some land, get myself on top of a hill, 1 or 2 wind turbines. Now, I don't know the rules about that, but I had done a report on wind turbines and the destruction of the birds and these different patterns that they were all flying into, and these offshore wind turbines and all this stuff. And everyone's talking about let's change the energy, let's get off fossil fuels, let's clean up the air, but no one's really talking about the habitat for the animals. No one's really talking about reducing consumption. So we're going to put all of our cars on electric in 20 years, or whatever, 15 years. Where is that energy? I mean, they're still using coal. I mean, this is steam power. We're talking about steampunk and diesel punk. This is steampunk, diesel punk power. This is not modern. This is not like everyone's gonna get you're gonna say everyone's gonna get a set of solar panels and they can assist in charging their car, not using fossil fuels. So we're in Oregon where it was cloudy and rainy and all this stuff. What are you gonna do there? You know. And just kind of like darting back and forth across the road. I don't understand what is the point of that. It's like they think there's like a wall of traffic in both lanes and they think something. I gotta go make sure I return. So people are supposed to yield, not merge. It's so irritating. Anyways, this is weird because it's like we have to wait for our light, but these people never wait for a light. Signal change. Housing. I have a tent right in the back there with that water, so we can. Could this get stolen? Could be damaged? Could the whole vehicle get taken? Like, I lost my tent when I was living in a tent. I lost my tent in a flash flood in Kentucky. I saw it. I saw our stuff floating down the river. We saw it one other time. I tried to pull stuff out of it. The stuff I left because it was urgent was there were snakes and stuff in there, baby snakes. I'm not trying to play. I lost everything but Grandma's blanket. Now Grandma's blanket is all we got. Moths living in it. It's in my son's room. I'm thinking about this traffic is something else. I wanted to really be at work and leave at 8:30, and I just had to take a shower. Like, that's the thing, you got to be there too early. The shower doesn't become an option; it becomes impossible. Like, if you have a shared bathroom, if you don't know what's going on with the other person, and if you're not trying to be like, oh, I went to bed at midnight and I have to leave at 4. You're not trying to be like, oh shoot, I don't know, I need to make sure I take a shower, so I'm going to wake up at 3 instead of 3:45, like, or 2:30 instead of. Look at all this. I hope I don't have to deal with this on the way home. Good grief, it's going all the way down. Alright, so, food, I talked a little bit about already. Water, so we have that water back there. If you're out in the elements, you have a day. You only have it. Maybe you have 4 days of that water. Like just one, like, what did they give you? 33 bottles, 16.9 ounces. We got a few gallons. I think we had 12 gallons in the garage. 12 gallons is nothing. I always thought it was 3 gallons per person per day. People say, oh, we have 3 people in a family. We have, or you want 72 hours, they have 9 bottles. So I feel like we should have 18 bottles. I need some tap water. I was storing a little bit of tap water because you don't want to use your good spring water to wash your hands and clean dishes. You want to be able to do that. Yeah, the live straw, I've never used it. And I have what's the $20 on Amazon? It's $19.99. It's not the Berkey. The Berkey is like $200 or something. It's I don't know what it is, but it's a filter that's like a pouch. You put the water in, I don't know if you can use it as a spigot or as a straw. I think it has these different options what to do with the little straw piece. And then there's brackish water around here. I'm trying to figure out what you do with that. So I don't know. So look this up. And this is not any advice. You have the filtration system with people have the activated charcoal on the bottom, the fine sand above that, the sand above that, coarse sand above that, the pebbles or whatever above that, and then the whatever bigger rocks above that. And I don't know about you could put like something on the bottom, maybe like nylons, but some kind of fabric fabric on the part where the water comes out. Now don't listen to me. I've never done that. I don't know if you get sick. Like, is anybody cleaning out the sand and the silt? Like, you could have water get worse passing it through something like that. What's going to take care of Giardia, Cryptosporidium, E. coli, Salmonella? Is this E. coli? People are getting sick from E. coli from the well water at some, it's not festival, but these kids had this, I guess it wasn't necessarily kids, I guess they had these farming things out, like where, I don't know, petting zoo or something, or a petting farm, or, anyways, they were out in the woods, or out on the farmland, and families were coming and drinking the water, and then a bunch of people got sick, and it wasn't chlorinated. Do you have any chlorine bleach? You gotta look all the specs up for what the government recommends for each contaminant, and to make sure what you're using to decontaminate doesn't contaminate you. Think about it, even the containers. Something have lead in it, you know, you gotta be careful. Your salvage, I salvage stuff, and you gotta be careful if you don't know. People say certain things about food grade, such and such. Everything is not always labeled, and you kind of want to know. Like, I prefer to know. But in an emergency situation, you got to think about, I'm going to get poisoned by lead over time, or some kind of BPA, or am I going to dehydrate in 3 days? Like, die of dehydration. So you got to choose your battles. But it's good to be wise, because you're most likely, nobody's going to have as much clutter and junk as me. I mean, not everybody, but I feel like you would have a choice. You have a plastic container, what came in a donut batter, or coffee, or some kind of paint, or pesticide even. So if you only had the pesticide one, oh my gosh, are you going to try to clean it out and agree to use that for some kind of storage? Are you going to use the paint one? What if it's donut and you're gluten-free, and it can be leached into the plastic? And then what was the other one I said? Oh, coffee. If you're like me, I would probably have to choose the coffee one, or the donut container over the coffee one, because I don't want any type of caffeine in my system. I don't want any leach of like, and I could potentially have an allergic reaction, or ongoing. You don't want a GI upset either, or you get GI upset from being exposed to the gluten. Potentially get sick and have more dehydration issues. So you guys gotta think about that. You might not necessarily want to do the paint one. Like, how well can you clean these things out? Can you line it with a bag, like a really good plastic bag, contractor's bag, or whatever? It's so many bags that we use, even at work, taking out the trash. Our water's pouring all out the bottom. It's spilling all over my shoes. Anyway, it seemed like a pretty good, 2 millimeter bag. What's 3 millimeter? Why is it leaking all over? There's glass. I told this guy I worked at Red Cross that, I want to store my emergency water in glass. He's like, well, we have these pouches. You should buy it from us. No pouches? Yeah, I mean, because I think plastic pouches leak easily. I had plastic bottles, gallon bottles, leak all over my cabinet. It ruined a bunch of N95 bags. I threw them away. Masks got ruined. They might not have been ruined, but I threw them out, and look at last year trying to get a hold of an N95. Our landlord stole ours, as far as if I can. Ours disappeared from the garage, and we had them on the shelf in the little thingy, and they're not there anymore. I can't blame him. I didn't see him do it. There's reasonable doubt. I mean, that's Turby. Anyways, water. So I wanted to be self-contained. However, to do this self-containment, It's making my place even messier. And I have the one room, and I now have access to the storage. I have a bunch of plastic or cardboard boxes. Do I want to save those? Full Spectrum Survival said they're saving plastic so they can use it as a fuel, because it does come from oil. They have some property. My goal was to have, before I even saw them and their property, my goal was to have property like that and a community like that. People watching outside others' backs, and being on board with your partner and training up your kids, like, and that's been my goal, just like them, and I have not been able to succeed at it. And what is the amount of work and going around asking people for, do you know of any land? Do you have any land for sale? Do you know anyone? Oh, what about this lot? Oh, there's a for sale sign. Oh, can I negotiate and do a owner finance? You know, so someone took this good spot. That's the spot I parked in last week. If I park in the shade over there, it's gonna be. Someone else here has a 4Runner. It has like the same 4Runner without the roof rack. So I'm gonna listen. Oh, there's a spot over there that's shady. I wonder if I should park there. Look, I don't feel like it. I might come back at lunchtime and do it. I just know that even though we live on this place, I thought we could do my gardening again, wash the car with our hose that I think they broke. The owners broke the hose. Like, I don't want to be out there, so I don't necessarily want to park under the tree and get the bird poop and the sap all over the car. And I try to save time. We'll see. If it starts getting hot like it had been, we'll see about getting back here in my lunch break. Okay, so let's look. So I'm gonna look. It says 64 degrees. I need my coat. So it's gonna be 81. Oh, it's gonna be 86. Wait, what time? I thought I saw 86. 84. It says high 86. It says it somewhere. High noonish. Between noon and 3. Tomorrow 90. Monday 90. Then 91. It'll be pretty hot. Chance of rain. Let's look at the hourly. I usually bring the green coat, but if there's gonna be more than that, or the fluorescent coat, it's gonna be more than that, then I need the raincoat. I don't think that there's gonna have to be really rainy. Chance of rain is really low here where I am. Let's see, 0 to 1%. So 63% humidity. I hear the cicada stuff. Listen. It's definitely humid out here. And indoors we have it at 33. I'll just show you the cornfield. Okay, going out of here because I'm already tired. I just got here and I got a long day and I'm already tired. It's so weird feeling. I was gonna put gas in my truck today. Showing you the cornfield behind me. so sad when you like don't want to go to work and then you're like tired and you gotta clean the house and do laundry, make food. 'Cause I got excited about a bunch of food at the store and like I had to get up and rinse it and clean it and put it somewhere and season it and put it in the dehydrator. There's like weird stuff everywhere. I don't know what that stuff's doing there. I'll be back on later. Bye.